I haven't seen you since the plague.
Yahoo!
Yeah, and then they'd be like, come in tomorrow and we'll record sides. And they were like, no, I can't. Because I shouted all day yesterday.
You want me to do the subtle dialogue scene where, you know, I discover that my this person is a surrogate daughter to me, but I sound like this.
Yeah, but
I can't do it anymore.
I sound like the dude from Miss Doubtfire. What's his name? Firestein?
Harvey Firestein.
Harvey Firestein.
David. Yeah, I mostly know him from Independence Day.
And Independence Day. Correct. Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, man, what a film. What a picture.
Which one? The first one?
Oh, yeah, the first one. Oh, yeah, we did Independence Day. You had to remind me that Independence Day Resurgence did indeed happen.
Is it called Resurgence? That can't be true.
It's like Resurgence or Revengeance or one of those. Just one of those like sequel subtitles that you're like, this could have been any word.
Oh, it's
you
could have used vomit.
Yeah, exactly. I'd warned you. I tried to stop you. They dared try to make an Independence Day sequel without Will Smith, and everyone, we as an audience, we all looked at each other and we're like, I don't know what they thought we liked about the first Independence Day. But like 90% of it was Will Smith.
Yeah.
Welcome to Earth.
I wouldn't even
anyone?
I would even be willing to say 70% of it was Will Smith because the old Jeff Goldblum does have.
Oh yeah, Jeff Goldblum.
Gravitas.
The president has his speech.
Yeah, he's also. Is he in the second one?
Yeah. I think they got they replaced Will Smith with Liam Hemsworth.
Well,
couldn't even get
in this.
The predominant Hemsworth.
Yeah, Will Smith has died in the Resurgence, and his son is the black guy that they cast.
Oh, there's a black guy. They didn't use him in the advertisements. He was not in the ads. And if you think I saw Independence Day Resurgence, what do you take me for? Even I value my time a little more than that.
Oh, hold on! Don't get too far ahead of yourself. We're talking season 4 Community right now.
I mean, at least I'm making some
We're
hashtag content.
Specifically, the finale of season 4 Community, which is, in my opinion, Independence Day Resurgence quality.
The Independence Day Resurgence of Community episodes for every bit that could possibly mean. And certainly we will get to it, and the lateness of our start time means we will do it sooner rather than later. So I'm going to limit us to like 20 minutes of inane MCU chatter. But it's not going to be
inane MCU chatter this time. It's going to be remember when Zack Snyder decided to make a movie in a different ratio than everyone ever watches movies in ever?
I mean, I watched that whole thing. The aspect ratio was like, oh, shush. I did it in one day. I took a couple like breaks just to like recuperate and like live my life. So like remember that something existed outside of, when you go into those deep video game tunnels and you played a game for like way longer than you should have and you emerge out the other side and your brain is like, no, I only understand Mass Effect 2.
Yeah, and this is where my entire body just turns off. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's everything else is shut down and it's only my body's only using the parts of itself that play Mass Effect 2 at this given time. The aspect ratio was not an issue for me. I watched the whole thing. The ratio didn't bother me.
It went away pretty quickly.
Your brain just adapts to it.
Yeah,
because the majority of the movie Grand Budapest Hotel is in 4:3, and it didn't bother me one iota. It's still just like a remarkably entertaining movie. I think Grand Budapest Hotel has slightly better cinematography than the Snyder Cut. It fills that frame in a more interesting way.
Yeah, a good chunk of WandaVision was in 4:3.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Until they did the old elongation.
Why did that get me every time? Like,
it's good,
and I was like, "Oh man, why does this work?"
You still don't see it that often, so it does like come and get you.
Yeah,
I think Da Five Bloods had some aspect ratio changing in the middle of it,
still
and
like that, and you reminded me, and I hate myself.
Oh, Caleb, it's remarkable. Treat yourself. My favorite film of 2020. I haven't released my list yet, but since it came out, I was like, "No, this is it. I can't imagine anything else is gonna come along."
I think I may have avoided it because my emotional brain was not ready to watch something with Chadwick in it. Like Amanda and I were rewatching the MCU movies in preparation, just not in preparation for shit, because it was the first couple weeks of quarantine. We were just like, well, might as well.
It's a project, yeah.
We stopped at Black Panther, and I haven't gone back. We haven't gone back to it, and so like,
tough.
I think my brain was just like, no.
Well, he died months after that movie, so you had kind of like bided your time.
I missed it, and then when I was like, I should watch that, he passed, and I was like, I should watch that.
It's remarkable. It actually, I mean, like, nothing is better that he passed, but the movie is about that character being dead and gone. Like, within the context of maybe he died before it came out. Now I honestly can't remember the timeline of events, but the framing of that character, Stormin Norman, is as this like idealized young figure who is preserved in the amber of our memories and time, and with that meta additive, it does add even another layer to the film. It works oddly well with that particular bit of added addition. It's also good, and like, yes, it is like, it can be a bummer. It does deal with like generational trauma related to the Vietnam War, but it is also like funny. Like the group of guys they've assembled have that great, these are old war buddy friends.
Like, these are guys that you would walk past down, like if you live down in New Orleans, right, or more properly pronounced New Orleans, and you're going down a street in the bayou and it's hot and sweaty. These guys are sitting on their porch smoking cigars and whittling and hooping and hollering at everybody walking by. Like, it's a. I remember watching the trailer being like, "Yo, these guys are perfect for this." Like,
oh, absolutely. It's a great like set of character fucking actors who have just been in the game forever, and you finally like assembled it, and like, I think Spike Lee's original plan was he was going to make it kind of his A team, and get like Denzel and Sam Jackson or whatever. And he just like kind of couldn't wait for those very famous people's schedules to align. So he instead pulled up a lot of like old hand actors, and it works really well.
It worked. Also, the old hand actors he got, like, you know, there's we've talked about this with Ted Danson.
Kaczynski. Ted Danson.
Yes. We've talked about, like, sometimes there are people that you pick that are just perfect for everything.
Sure.
And I think that there are, you know, B-list or, like, character type or maybe even, like, supporting people that stick in the supporting role, which was Anthony Mackie until recently, that you can pick. Sure. And then, like...
Anthony Mackie, who played various troops. Always a troop, Anthony Mackie.
Yeah. There's people that you could pick that, like, no shame to them or no like criticism of them. I don't know if they would fit in an ensemble like this, because like The Five Bloods seems like it takes that ensemble and makes it a titular character in itself.
And that, like, the guy who's dead is this incredibly famous movie star, and the guys that are left are, like, you know, old steady hand actors. Again, kind of adds that another level to it that you maybe don't have if it's fucking Denzel Washington.
Right, exactly. And then all of a sudden with Denzel in the center, it's like, yeah, no, the guy that died is a big famous guy, but like, this is Denzel.
And it's fucking Denzel.
And if you don't get 4 other or 3 other Denzel, not quality even, Denzel magnitude actors, then it's like, yeah, but we still got a leading man in the middle of this. But like Delroy Lindo and Clark Peters, it's great. It's great.
They're great. And Delroy is like, he is the lead, But you're right, is that if it's like, God help you if it's Denzel and 3 steady hand actors, you're like, well, this is Denzel's movie. This belongs to Denzel.
Similar to Cap
in a way
being in a movie with Winter Soldier and Falcon and going, this is Cap's movie, and never being like, it's the other guy's movie.
When you have that name at the center of it, it's like we naturally can't focus on everyone else that's around, right. Because like Margot Robbie and Will Smith are on the team, so it's like you think I'm gonna get invested in these other guys?
Yeah, that's why I'm so excited about this next Suicide Squad, because like, yes, you still have Margot Robbie and then the gravitas just attracting Idris Elba, but then you also have like a very
Cena.
A very good. Oh God, if this whole beach was covered in dicks, and you said that I had to eat them all to get to freedom, I'd do it. What the fuck? Oh, it's so good. John Cena, and then you've got the constantly cast as the support or as the side guy, but perfect in a leading role. Fucking, oh God, his name just dropped out of my ass. Mal Reynolds.
Oh, Nathan
Fillion. Thank you. Why did that drop out of my head? Nathan Fillion's in there. And like,
sure,
he's really
Sean
good
Gunn.
He's really good at
Michael Rooker.
Yeah, it's great.
Classic guys.
Sylvester Stallone's playing a big dumb shark. Cool.
Great.
Yeah, that's good. And then you got David.
Didn't know I wanted it until you gave it to me. Now I want it.
And then I
would like it.
Actually, this is very good. You've got
Actually, thank you.
And
Capaldi, you got
fucking Capaldi,
you got a bunch of fucking classic guys.
Flula Borg, like what the fuck?
Yeah, you just got like great classic guys all the way down, and personally, I'm very thankful.
Honestly, it really does feel like Suicide Squad's cast and the way it's kind of sticking together like glue is probably what I was gonna say. It's probably what something was going for, and my brain just turned off again. This might be one of those nights where my brain doesn't finish the thoughts that it has.
Oh, it's gonna be one of those.
I think that this cast and the way we haven't seen Suicide Squad, but even in reference to the Five Bloods, like, and its cohesion, I think that's kind of what Shane Black wanted out of the Predator movie he made. But like, that group was so fucking weirdly mix matched that I just couldn't agree with it.
It couldn't go, and that movie was taken out of his hands. Released the Shane Black cut, and it's just that's absolutely it's a whole deal. I hope Shane can fucking rebound from that, because he kind of had the back-to-back flops of The Nice Guys and The Predator, which he really needs.
Nice Guys isn't bad. It's not even...
The Nice Guys is one of my favorite movies of the decade. The Nice Guys is a movie I've seen for real like at least 7 times. It's so fucking good.
Very fucking good.
Streaming on Hulu for all you out there.
Yep.
Enjoy yourself some GD Nice Guys. But Daddy Host, I never congratulated you. I never congratulated you for all of Aaron Sorkin's Oscar nominations this year. Congratulations.
How many did he get?
I don't know. That movie's up for a bunch of stuff, and I just wanted to congratulate you personally. Chicago 7. I don't think he got director, but it's up for Best Picture. I assume Best Screenplay. I have to imagine.
Sure. Yeah, that's I've heard very mixed things about that movie. I go to a coffee shop in St. Louis called Mocha Bees, and once got a chance to hang out with the owners, Mo and sister Laura and a couple other people, and
Mo, Ka, B.
Yeah. Yes. I think it's Mo, Karen, and Beth, and
okay.
But whatever. I went up on a Monday, famous Caleb mistake, wanting coffee on a Monday to start my week during quarantine when my favorite coffee shop is closed on Mondays and the only place I could go is Starbucks, and I refused. So I just nonchalantly walked up on a Monday in the rain, and Mo was like, we're closed. And I was like, oh shit. She's like, you want to come in? So we ended up hanging out. And so while I was sitting there though, they brought up the Trial of Chicago 7 and how they were watching it, and they remembered being alive through that and how well this captured it, right? And then I remember listening to the Waypoint podcast and listening to Rob Zachney and Gita Jackson kind of pick it apart because it's not exactly accurate, and it uses a couple of devices to like swing the story in certain directions that would not have been the things that swung the story. So I'm curious. I, of course, will be watching it with the complete and innocent lens of I don't know what the fuck happened in this event. So
you will be your eyes will grow large and they will glitter as they stare upon Sorkin's creation.
Yes, exactly. I'll be like, oh, it's a Sorkin movie.
Aaron made this.
Aaron did it. But yeah, you know, it's who knows? Yeah, he's up for the Academy Award for writing.
Sure.
And that's
Has he ever won that? Has he ever? Did he take home that Social Network or Steve Jobs gold?
Best Adapted Screenplay. He was nominated for Molly's Game, Moneyball, and Social Network, and he won the Social Network. Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I gotta say, he earned that one.
Yeah, that was fucking incredible.
gotta say, script on that movie, good.
Very, very good.
Script on the Social Network, good. And you actually
good, but different.
Yeah, Moneyball, also good. I read the script for the Social Network in school, and it many times you will read a script and there will be like changes, like, oh, this dialogue is slightly different than you hear in the movie, like these scenes are in a different order, or this one's completely gone. The Social Network script has none of that. It's just the letter.
All the fat has been trimmed, and they were just like, you know what? Let's run with this. Yeah.
Right, because I don't know if there's like, I think there's like the only stuff they cut was like a brief like exterior shots. They weren't even like scenes. Because I don't think there's anything modular about that movie. I don't think there's a piece of that movie you could take out and have it still make sense.
Yeah. It's a lot like at least my original take of like The Dark Knight, which is like about 40 minutes too long. And
agreed. Yes.
I remember leaving that theater and thinking that was too long, but I don't know what you would take out. Because unlike Zack Snyder, Christopher Nolan seemed to accomplish this thing where everything that happened felt very important, but also felt like some of it could have just not happened. But I couldn't decide what could have not happened.
There's definitely stuff that could come out.
I need to watch it again. I said I
watched it somewhat recently after many years away, and I'm like, boy, you could lose this scene where Batman extradites a criminal accountant from overseas.
Good point.
You could lose this. I mean, like, I don't think it's, like, bad. I'm not sitting there and I'm like, oh, God, when will this be over? But I'm also like, you could completely remove this because Lau does not come up.
Lau never comes up again. Yeah.
He's incrucial to the rest. Yeah.
I think actually, in my opinion, the most removable bit of that movie, and not removable because it's bad, but removable because like it maybe deserved its own, was the almost entire Harvey Dent storyline. Like,
I've definitely heard that.
Before. I like that Harvey Dent storylines started in this, but I don't think it needed to be fleshed. I'm stopping there because it wasn't completely fleshed out. No, I don't think it needed to be fleshed out and ended in the same movie.
Yes. But at the same time, I really appreciate that they didn't leave a bunch of crap for Dark Knight 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do appreciate that each of those movies are relatively self-contained while leaving the door open for the next chapter.
And I don't think he planned on making a third one. He probably initially did with Heath, and then Heath.
There's conflicting reports about how much he wanted to make Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah. And one can imagine that, like, the guy that's the crux of your second movie, who is the one who won an Oscar for his performance, passing is a significant hamper on options for the future, as one can
and on your own like creative drive to tell the next tale.
Yeah, as one can see clearly in The Rise of Skywalker. Because that was supposed to be Leia's movie, and that's what I'm going to. That's the excuse I'm going to give them, because nothing else even kind of makes sense.
You are correct that it was, that was the original like three-part plan. It was supposed to be Leia's movie. However, they had several years to think of a new plan.
They had several years to try.
They had some time.
And what's worse is, and this is subjective, of course, but they threw out a Trevorrow script that I don't think he wrote. Maybe he did. They threw out the script for the movie Trevorrow was supposed to direct and gave it to J.J. Abrams. And upon reading what Trevorrow's movie had planned, they chose the lesser of the two.
Of the two projects?
Yeah.
Shall we say evils?
I was going to say evils, yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, sometimes you best laid plans of directors and trust fund kids. Not everything works out.
Damn, fucking roast.
Sorry,
roast. J.J. Abrams over a fucking open flame.
We were talking about
his little glasses. They crack from the heat.
I was talking about
Trevor,
D.B. Weiss and David Benioff at a coffee shop at my coffee shop today, and how they are. That's where the trust fund kids grill comes from, because like just a couple of fucking dudes who were like, let's treat HBO budget like writing school. I'm so glad they got on stage and bragged about doing that, and then Kathleen Kennedy and Disney were like, actually, we don't want to work with you. Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye now.
Bragging about wasting money like that and thinking that would be fine.
Yeah.
Wasn't their next pitch a fucking Civil War?
Yeah, so we're the ending of Game of Thrones has caused, but via domino effect, the most like project cancellations that I can think of. Because there were multiple Game of Thrones prequels and spins off that were going to come off. Those are all canceled. Like those are uniformly, they are all canceled, including one that they shot a pilot for. Then there was, it was a pitch based on a book where what if the South won the Civil War? Because there's two kinds of those pitches. What if the Nazis won, or what if the Confederacy won? That's as far as our imagination goes. And then now they're doing the three-body problem, which is an incredibly dense work that is rooted in like Chinese mythology. Its roots run so intrinsically with that I can't imagine that's going to end well for anyone. But I guess I've been wrong before.
I mean, I relish in the times that I've been wrong. They are the most exciting times, but
but they're so rare. so few and far between.
I'm rarely wrong, so.
But I'm so rarely wrong. I love being so right all the time. It's my greatest gift, my curse. Because I'm just doing Raimi Spider-Man now. This is my gift, my curse. Who am I? I'm Spider-Man.
Spoderman.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I know that like I'm drenched in nostalgia for it, but like the fucking graveyard sequence at the end of the first Spider-Man, just like I think about it and I get like a little spidey sense tingle up my spine.
Yeah, a little shiver.
Those first two electrify me. I still think they're tremendously well put together, and like very good emotional, auteur-driven like superhero shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. What's interesting is looking at the Weiss and Benioff IMDb pages, respectively. They're still producing maybe Game of Thrones things, maybe that might come out, maybe, but all of their writing, like you said, all their plans to write anything Game of Thrones, HBO has firmly planted a foot on the throat of that chance and been like, yeah, no, you can start money. Right. But you're not going to fucking write anything.
Right, and I forgot to mention that they had a full canceled Star Wars trilogy. I forgot to mention that.
And that's interesting, because I was excited about that before Season 8 of Game of Thrones.
Well, sure.
I was like, shit, they're going to take the Solo story and make a crime syndicate trilogy of movies with Emilia Clarke, who they've worked with, and Darth Maul, and that's going to be great. And then Season 8 happened, and I was like, actually get this as far away from them as possible.
That's just a wild series of sentences you just threw at me that I was not fully prepared to deal with.
You're welcome. That's why I like Solo, though. Solo ends and opens up this, like, we could tell the story of Crimson Dawn, this crime syndicate that Darth Maul ran to try and get back at the Emperor for abandoning him and replacing him with Darth Vader. That's a cool story. And it focuses on the bad guys. And Star Wars doesn't do that.
Sure.
But, nah.
So, yeah, didn't go. As someone that has not seen Solo: A Star Wars Story, mostly due to complete lack of interest. That's mostly it.
My friend, you can be completely uninterested. Watch that movie because Donald Glover as Lando Calrissian is a revelation. It's incredible.
But like, someone out there in Listenerland, forward me like a super cut of his best bits. Yeah, forward me an edit of his best good bits.
Sure.
Give me the bits. Shower me with bits. I just, it's one of those, like, I've been catching up on the of the current Kong and Godzilla franchises to get ready for tomorrow's big fight on pay-per-view. Those Godzilla movies. When Godzilla is there, it's pretty electrifying. You're like, that is a large lizard. This is it. I cannot wait to see what he does next. Every time Godzilla is not on screen, you might as well be looking at your phone because you are not missing a goddamn thing. Yeah. The Kong Skull Island is the only one that did it right because they realized that in order for you to not be bored as sin when the monkey is not on screen, it just needs to be bananas. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
forgive the pun.
Yeah, maybe.
But they're like, what's not interesting? White suburban families getting divorced in the middle of a kaiju. Not interesting. You know what is interesting? Samuel L. Jackson having a Captain Ahab against Kong. He hates Kong so much. Right. And that is interesting. Yeah. That is compelling filmmaking. Is that Samuel L. Jackson hates Kong so fucking much.
That's the only kaiju movie in the last decade I haven't watched. I have not watched Skull Island, yeah.
Oh, it's my kind of dumb. It's exactly how dumb I want a movie like that to be. Like, it's a movie where, there's a thunderstorm veil around Skull Island, and, 6 helicopters fly through it, and then in the next action sequence, Kong destroys, 25 helicopters somehow, and then there's still, fucking 30 people walking around. That's exactly how dumb I want these movies to be.
I want you to do me a favor, get a piece of paper out and write continuity. Now take that piece of paper and put it in a shredder, and then let's go.
Light the garbage can on fire. I want nothing to do with it.
That's the turtles in there.
I want Shea Wiggum to, for no reason, turn around and say, I gotta kill this thing, pick up 2 grenades to suicide himself, and then have a big reptile just, kick him into a mountain and it doesn't do anything, and he blows up. That's what I want. Please. Please deliver unto Caesar that which is Caesar's. Please.
Yes.
Because this is, of course, Advanced Community Studies podcast, where we watch and talk about the American television comedy Community, 1 or 2 episodes at a time. We are also the premier podcast of the Yahoo Screen Podcasting Network. I am one of your hosts, TV's Kevin Lanigan, and I have retooled the cape for cable, and it's amazing.
And I am this episode's second host this time, because our dear friend Jace is otherwise occupied.
It's on assignment.
And of course I am the hostess with the mostest kids. And I don't know, after this episode I just wanted to get help.
I honestly can't remember what you're actually referencing, and I just thought about Thor Ragnarok again, as I usually am.
What'd you think of Thor Ragnarok?
Because they do get help.
Oh, you're right. I was referencing Shirley shooting her drunk self and saying, get help, and shooting herself.
But yeah. I gotta say, I watched this episode twice in preparation for this podcast. Right. So but I watched it twice for last week, and I said, I am not. And after we bumped the recording, I was like, I'm not doing it again.
Shit.
So it's not remarkably fresh in my brain. I did watch next week's podcast episodes already, and I am feeling much better about the future of my life. And what I'm immediately
so
about.
Fine and good and dandy. It
sounds so good. Britta has 3 moments in Repilot that I'm like, oh, Community's back. Oh my god. when she's when she's like, I don't believe in evil, but this school definitely got a finger up its butt as a child. I was like, oh, Community has returned to me.
We're back. We're alive again. Do you know that they're
goodness.
2 Mission Impossibles right now simultaneously?
Yeah, they're doing a kind of, Peter Jackson, Lord of the Rings, Superman 1 and 2, like they're just doing it back to back. There's running straight through. And I think that's the right call, if only because, despite all evidence to the contrary, I still believe Tom Cruise to be a mortal man. And
he's only getting older.
You gotta do it now. I think they're correct to say we're doing 7 and 8, and then that's it. We're done. I think that's the right call. I think they're making a good business move, and a good move for Tom's frail body. And then I think the plan is to honestly, then he's gonna go to space. And if he doesn't come back, well, all the Mission Impossible movies are done.
That's actually very smart. Let's film these before you do that, just in case that's the last thing you do.
Tom Cruise is about to recreate the movie Gravity, but it's gonna happen for real. Dude, Tom Cruise.
Happen realistically, which means bye.
I know that we haven't talked about Gravity in the 8 years since it's come out. That is still one of the best theatrical experiences of mine.
That movie was absolutely fucking incredible in the theater. Yes,
you gotta see it in the theater, and I think our not talking about it is because I haven't seen a theatrical re-release. They should 100% re-release Gravity.
Yes,
because I would go. I would go right the fuck now.
Because
I would go watch
that movie's genuinely, I think, good, and I think that Sandy B crushes it. But
for sure,
in a theater with the scale and the ability to produce or not produce sound is just used. It's just flexing the muscles you have because you can. And
you need the fucking theater system. You need the theater sound system. You need. And, the experience of sitting there as the lights go down in Gravity and, people are still, chattering to themselves and then, slowly experiencing everyone shutting the fuck up and just being glued to the screen, butthole clenched, glued to the screen for the next, 2 hours. It's incredible. It's something that you cannot replicate.
Edge, kind of.
Yeah. Yes, it's truly. And I remember coming out of that, going to film school the next day, and people were like, well, there wasn't a lot of character development. And I'm like, you missed the point. You missed it.
Shut the fuck up.
Movie is about how scary it is to go from point A to point B in space.
Yeah.
that is the film.
That first wave of debris that comes, that's just on the big screen, right? You've got Earth as the backdrop, and the silhouette of space, and then just white death raining and stuff exploding and absolutely no sound. It's one of the most honestly low-key terrifying things I've ever watched.
Absolutely fucked up. It's fucked up that they exposed that to me. It's how dare they? How dare Alfonso Cuarón take his big director carte blanche and wave it in my face like that. Truly.
Also, a homie gets brained by a piece of debris, and it took the second viewing of that movie to be oh, that's what happened, because it's just
there's a lot going on.
It's a lot going on. It's great though. It's real good.
There's a lot going on in the movie Gravity.
I was working at a movie
would recommend
when that came out.
Oh,
I got to watch it for free 4 times, and I was like, this is the best thing ever.
That's the way you got to do it. It really is like Avatar in that way. It's
sure,
you gotta see it big. You gotta it must be big.
Yes.
Because big, there's nothing else like it. Truly, those 2 movies, I like other movies, but, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King plays pretty good on your TV. Endgame probably plays pretty good on the TV. But, Gravity and Avatar, you just gotta see it fucking big and loud.
Yep.
That's what it was meant for.
It's gotta be in your face.
Honestly, those and Mad Max Fury Road, if you said we're putting this back in theaters, I'm going. I'm there. Dude, I've seen Fury Road a bunch, and I would go.
So many times. Tomorrow. You know what I would want more than just Mad Max Fury Road? A re-release is a re-release, but in black and white.
Oh, the Chrome version?
The Chrome version?
I've never seen it.
It's good. It's good.
It's good. I know that was the trend at the time because they did Logan black and white as well.
Right.
I've never seen either. Logan I've still only seen the once, even though I quite like it. Fury Road, I love the color in it. Like, the color is part of it for me. Yeah. It's a really beautiful movie. But I wouldn't be angry if someone was like, we're gonna watch the Chrome version. I'd be like, sick, cool.
And then after that, can we just watch it in full color, please? Because that would also
can we just go back and do the cool colors, please? But then, I'll watch it in black and white once. Like, fuck it. Like when Soderbergh took Raiders of the Lost Ark and took all the music and all the color out, and he's like, look at how good this movie still is.
Yeah, look at
this.
Look how great this is still.
Pretty wild.
I love how George Miller makes movies, because he basically is like, I want to make something, but I don't have the money for it. So I'm going to make 2 animated penguin dancing movies that are going to make a fuck ton of money, and then I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want.
Right.
And before that, it was like, I just made Lorenzo's Oil, but like, what if I did Babe? A story about a talking pig.
We gonna do Mad Max. We gonna do Mad Max 2 Road Warrior. We gonna do Mad Max 3 Beyond Thunderdome. We gonna do Babe Pig in the City. We gonna do Lorenzo's Oil. We gonna do Happy Feet. We gonna do Happy Feet 2. Then we gonna do Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah. It's like, no, I'm fully aware of what I want to make, and I know what I need to do that. So in between, I'm gonna let like my nephews tell me what movie they really want that doesn't exist, and I'm gonna make that.
You're gonna make a little dancing penguin.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Robin Williams, the inscrutable Robin Williams in it, and then.
But you're doing it with the speed and timing of the incomparable Robin Williams. We're obviously very excited to talk about this episode of Community.
Yeah,
as
definitely
we
not
pass
it at all.
This gas leak year. I'm stealing your joke from the Facebook chat.
It's fine. I appreciate when people want to use my joke.
We're here.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it. Let's fucking dive on in.
Deep
with
breath.
One episode to cover. It's this goddamn episode.
Hold your nose, throw your head back. Let's get through it.
Hate. Because I remember being largely positive about the gas leak year. Even still now, I'm still like, it's not like terrible. There's still like some funny jokes and stuff in here.
Yeah.
Like I probably wouldn't skip this season if I was doing like a community rewatch outside of a podcast context. But I remember this episode filling me with a fiery, boiling hatred. The fucking the bowels of Mount Doom of Mustafar, they were inside of me, and they were boiling up as I was gearing to watch this episode for the first time in 8 years. And then I did. And it's still really bad.
Yeah, it's weird.
It kind of starts okay. You're fooled. Because there's like some okay jokes when they're like around the table, they're planning the grad party. There's like some kind of okay jokes, and then it just completely shits the bed.
It just catapults itself into the sun, doesn't it? It just looks at its possibilities and goes, but what if we were in a perfect trajectory, flying at terminal velocity into the one and only sun?
Yes, I would set a course directly for the sun. Like it's Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, and I'm carrying every nuclear weapon in the whole world, and I'm fucking chucking it into the sun.
Yeah.
That is what happens here. It's like amazing. You rarely see anything like bail so hard and wreck itself so fucking hard, because we are, of course, talking about Advanced Introduction to Finality, directed by Tristram Shapiro, written by Megan Gans. In this episode, as Jeff is set to graduate, so does the darkest timeline invade our timeline, and then spoilers, it's all a fucking dream. It's all a dream. This has so many of my least favorite tropes in media. Like in Heroic Origins, where I was talking about like, I really hate the like, it was all destiny, no one actually chose anything thing.
Yeah.
If I hate two things more than that. It's doppelganger mistaken identity, and it was all a dream. In a world, in a television world, where you have set up previously that Abed possesses something called a dreamatorium, where he could, say, run simulations of theoretical events, and have it be relevant to the characters at play. Nay! No! It was a dream, actually.
Yeah. It was in a real but intangible dreamatorium that is in everyone's brains. It's in all of us. It's in all of us, Kev. It's in all of us.
Yeah, it's the collective unconscious. We all have Alison Brie in a red dress running around up in there.
Don't you know? I wish I could have been collectively unconscious for this episode.
Hey,
it's weird because, like you said, like it does have moments where you're like, huh, okay, like Jeff's working through some stuff and it kind of works, and I'm kind of on board with it, and like, yeah, this seems like it's going to place, and then it seems like without warning, or maybe with like all the warning, because this episode starts with season 4 and ends with episode 13. The
unlucky, they never had a chance.
No, but it does seem like it very desperately wants to remind you, hey, this is season 4. And like, I hate just shitting on something, right? Like, I don't think this is altogether bad. And I know it was made by people that enjoyed making it and tried really hard to make something good.
And are very good at making episodes of Community. Like, Megan Gans has written so many of the best episodes of the entire show.
Yeah. It just feels like, for some reason, this season at large, and this episode, tries many times to do its own thing. And then goes, but there were things before that people really liked. What if we just leaned into the... What if Jeff rolls another die? But then what if this time... Hear me out, guys. What if this time it doesn't land on a number? Right? Like, it feels like...
Right.
Look at these things that are really cool that we did, that people really liked. What if we changed them slightly? And like...
To follow up on many of the most beloved elements of this show, right? Because you are following up on Remedial Chaos Theory. You are following up on the Paintball episodes. You are setting yourself up for expectations by invoking those two things, and those two things simultaneously. And this is just, it's a wet fucking fart. Like, it's just, the Paintball is not exciting. It is not thrilling in any way to watch or see. And I know they had no money, and I know they had no time, but it's still just like inert one-shots of each character talking to their doppelganger, standing completely still. It's just so inert. There's no the most exciting thing is like when Britta says, hey, don't talk to her like that, and they all pop out into that like Shaun of the Dead, like lineup. Yeah. That's like the most exciting visual element of the entire thing, I guess, barring like Joel McHale not wearing a lot of clothes when he enters into the episode, like that. Like,
there you go. Yeah,
that's the exciting things are Joel McHale in underpants and Alison Brie in the red dress. Those are the only other like visually arresting moments of the entire episode, of a Paintball episode.
Yeah. It's interesting that you use the word inert to describe it, because it is very much like an inert gas, leak
expelled out of a rectum. Yes.
No. Yeah, sure. That is a gas leak. Ostensibly. It may also be a fluid leak if it is, as you've described it, a wet version of the wet variety of rectal gas leak.
If it was a poo-poo.
Chartistic, one might call it.
Chartistic integrity. And to present this episode, and then to have Abed break one of the number one rules of storytelling, which is to say, what's happening is cool. I mean, you can't do that. Writers at home, people just learning this, you can't do that. You can't have a character say, we figured out how to make what is currently happening cool. The only times it works is like Tom Cruise is literally piloting a helicopter on camera and Simon Pegg is going like, this is pretty fucked up, right? This is messed up what's happening. Yeah. Because like what's messed up is happening. What's happening is fucked up. He's hanging off the side of the plane. He's climbing the Burj Khalifa. It's fucked up.
I feel like we're going to see James Gunn do that in Suicide Squad too, because in that trailer there are a couple instances of a person watching a screen just reacting to what the Suicide Squad's doing. And like,
right, you're gonna have Steve Agee in the control room going, oh!
Yeah, like in those cases, it's fine. But if it's not dissociated from the characters expressly doing the action, then it doesn't work.
Like, right, because there's a difference between... Because a reaction shot tells the audience how they're supposed to react to something. And I'm not saying, like, have your character laugh when something is funny. But a reaction shot contextualizes the action that is happening. So a reaction shot tells us, oh, everyone else in the room also thinks this is weird and are having like a shocked face. Yeah. So I'm supposed to understand as an audience the context that what is happening is shocking to everyone in the room. And then that shocking can be either funny or distressing, right? People talk about the Spielberg face, right? Is that like, yes, the visual effects in Spielberg movies are usually pretty good, Jurassic Park, Close Encounters, but what really sells them is you have fucking Sam Neill, like, looking at a dinosaur, his jaw hanging open, his eyes turning up, he removes his glasses, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what sells the dinosaur to us.
Right, exactly. That's what sells the scale, that's what sells the impact.
Spielberg pretty good at making movies, I think.
No, he's okay. He's okay.
He's pretty alright.
He's okay. But yeah, you're right. Like it's the difference between when like someone's at if you're at a party, right? And there's always, maybe not always, maybe in my experience many times, there's always like or a couple people that are very funny and very good at being funny in front of people. And like they're great to have at a party. But there's also parties you'll go to where like there's a guy who thinks he's the funniest person in the room and will frequently follow up jokes that have no response with get it or it's a joke. And that's what turning and being like this is crazy, that's what that is. That's I don't know if this is gonna land, so let me turn around and tell you. And friends, that doesn't work nearly as well as you think it does. Also, I want to point out, and this is a bit of a departure, there's a moment in this episode where Dark Timeline Annie reaches in present day timeline Jeff's butt pocket to grab his phone, and not for a second do I believe he doesn't feel and recognize exactly what's happening with his phone at all times. Especially
he's innately connected to that thing.
Yeah, especially when it's Annie, especially when it's a woman that he's attracted to, and when it's in his butt pocket. Like hugs don't generally go that direction. For platonic friends. Unless, are they suggesting, Kev? Are they suggesting that this is
normal?
Post this becoming a normative action between the two of them?
I would say so if later in this very episode, Darkest Timeline Annie does not confront our Annie and say, like, we're sleeping with Jeff in the Darkest Timeline.
And she goes, what?
And this all taking place in Jeff's head would tell me that no, they haven't slept together, even though they were like going on ski trips together. She's over at his house all the time, like playing house. You know what I mean? Like yeah, sure. They still haven't like slept together at this point, which honestly just feels like disingenuous for the season. I'm not for it. I've blocked people on Twitter.com for being overly suggestive of it, but it's like it feels weird given the season we just had, where like wanting to date Jeff and being close to Jeff is the only thing Annie has done.
Hey, that's the only thing
for 13 episodes.
It's the only thing she's been vocal about. And
for 13 episodes.
Yeah, it's strange, man. It's strange.
It's weird.
I have moments of this episode that I do like, but the problem I realize as I'm trying to say them is that, like, it's one of those weird instances where you know that sentiment exists, but then when you try to find the specific reference to what you are saying, it kind of eludes you. Like, the things that are funny to me are, like, Abed being Abed to Abed when he's in the Dark Timeline. And, like,
sure, that kind of works for
getting it, and, like, evil Abed understanding, like, it just makes sense that evil Abed would be like, yeah, of course you're here, and of course I'm going to tell you how to stop it, and of course you're going to be totally nonplussed by, maybe not nonplussed. I always want to say nonplussed as in, like, not excited, but it means confused. I get that Abed's totally just like, yeah, of course, exactly. That's great. Also, when, like, Jeff insults Troy. We've established this on this show before. Insulted, I'm about to cry Troy is good Troy, always. Like, that's Troy we like. And so, like, seeing Troy being like, my dreams, great. I like that. It's fine. But, like, it's the small things in this episode that seem to be like, oh, yeah, it's community. But the overarching bigger things are like, oh, it wants to be community.
Right, the bit about, like, Troy and the soda is more effective than anything else in the entire rest of the episode. You know, like, Annie and the Dean being like, we know how to throw together a wedding. You know, like, that kind of stuff works and is, like, funny and characterful in a way that the rest of the episode just fucking doesn't. It just does not go. And to slightly rewrite this episode from 8 years ago, like, doing the same basic thing, if we must, and making it like Jeff is so nervous about all of this that he goes to Abed, and Abed starts, like, running a simulation of what this might be like, and it's a follow-up of virtual systems analysis where he and Annie are in the Dreamatorium, right? And you're doing the same thing with Jeff, and, like, he's guiding Jeff in a way that he did when he was his dungeon master, you know, like, making this a story between these two characters as opposed to just a bunch of random crap that's happening. He at least adds, like, an emotional, you know, the best episodes of this whole season are the ones that have focused in on the emotionality of the characters, you know? Britta getting one up over on the study group who's always making fun of her. Troy breaking up with Britta and figuring out a way to work around that because he doesn't have the courage to break up with his friend, right? Like, the emotional cores have been the strongest thing so far that, like, hone in on that. Find an emotional beat like Community used to do with these genre parody episodes to make it just not seem like a Family Guy bit that's happening in front of us.
Right. Yeah, it's weird. Like, this episode, yes, this season, it just feels so much like beating a dead horse at a point. But this season, it does have problems with, like, you know, I've never looked at Community with this much of a scrutinizing lens until doing this show, right? And then hearing people say, or even y'all say that, like, season 4 characters don't make a lot of sense because they do things they wouldn't do. Like, one of the biggest conceits of this episode is that, like, evil Timeline Jeff comes in and says really mean things to his friends, and then they just accept those wholesale and leave and go home. And it's like, no, we know these characters. They would have been like, yo, what? Shut up, what?
Jeff, what's going on?
Yeah, they would have been like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? And, like, yeah, that's so weird. And then when he shows up, they're like, you're mean. What? No, that's not how they act. It's bizarre. And
it's really strange.
It's really strange.
And I know it's all a dream, but like that makes it worse. Because then what was the point of what I just watched?
And I also love that we get our Pierce cameo. Is this our last live action Pierce cameo?
Yes, if you don't count the hologram in the next episode. If you count, like, this is his physical body interacting with the rest of the cast, this is it.
I didn't realize that, we talked about this a couple episodes ago, that, like, the fallout on set of Chevy Chase, saying the N-word and then, like, no longer ever being in a scene next to or on the same set as the rest of the actors. I never realized that. I knew he, like, just was kind of slowly not dissociated. What am I trying to say? Slowly phased out, and they use like his.
But I think you'd have to, even if you didn't know the gossip, you would have to notice as a viewer, like, Pierce isn't even in a few of these episodes.
Right? Yeah, but I never noticed that. Like when he is, it's not in the same. It's not. They're not actually interacting with each other in the same space. Like you have the puppet episode, and it's just a voice. And like you can assume that, like, I guess they just all came to the booth, to the studio that day and recorded in a booth.
Right.
And they may have eaten lunch together or whatever. But understanding that, like, no, absolutely not. They were all recorded separately. And if they did have lunch, Chevy was not a part of it. And then this, like, this is the time where he like walks out and you're like, oh, he's in the same place. And then you realize that you never see like the faces of him and everybody else. It's like them
at the same
talking
time, you're like, oh, Darkest Timeline Pierce is in a different shot than every other character.
And the only time
they don't even like overlap.
Shot, it's just the back of his head, which is just a person standing in.
That's a body double, yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like the body double that falls over and fakes a heart attack with ice cream at the origin story episode.
Precise.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's funny because this whole episode's full of people being doubles to each other, which is like interesting camera work the whole time. And like the Pierce scene is just like, yeah, no, he ain't here. We're filming him over there, and then he's gonna shoot himself and be gone. And then there's the weird Jeff Matrix thing. I guess,
hey, kids, if you've seen the Matrix, you like Matrix. Jeff do Matrix. He do it. You like? Stop bullet with brain. Make
Stop
think
with brain, and then grab it and tilt your head. Come on, like we got the Matrix reference immediately. That's like being like,
we've all seen the Matrix.
Yeah. It's like being something quintessential from Star Wars, like I'm your father, and then being like, Star Wars. This is from Star Wars.
This is from Star Wars. You've seen Star Wars?
Yeah, no
this is
shit,
from Star
dude.
Wars.
We get it. We knew that.
Yeah,
Thanks.
It's the most referenced thing of all time. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, it's weird. Ugh.
Don't care for it. Don't need it. Don't worry. They do pointlessly reference Star Wars later this very episode. Because I haven't gotten enough. My life has not been full enough of pointless references. Point and look. It's Star Wars. I haven't gotten enough of those in my lifetime.
Yeah. No. Well, I have good news for you. It's probably never going to stop.
Yeah, at least I have that to look forward to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't wait for all the Bad Batch references coming out. All the kids gonna be watching Bad Batch.
Yep. And learning about
kids gonna be watching Obi-Wan.
Learning about soldiers doing things off the book as if it's cool.
Hell yeah, I love rogue soldiers.
It's like Call of Duty
I like
Black
when they
Ops
take the law into their own hands.
Yeah. It's like when Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War comes out and I go, oh, it's a war crime simulator. And then someone at GameStop goes, no, it's not. It's a game about... I'm like, homie, you know why they're called Black Ops? And he's like, because nobody knows about them. I was like, yeah. You know why nobody knows about them? Because they do illegal shit. And he was like, yeah, you're a buzzkill. Okay,
because Reagan was like, this would make even me look bad.
And
video game where they like lifelike recreate Ronald Reagan. He's like, I approve of you, son. I approve. Yes, I condone all of this, and it's good that I did that. None of these namby-pamby politicians. Yeah, not a fan of this episode of the television show Community. Are we done?
Yeah, no, I think we're good. I think we can tie. I think we can tie a bow on that. Isn't that, a quote from this episode too?
Love tying a bow? Sure.
Someone said tie a bow on that? I don't know.
Sounds like it. So let's do our rankings, starting with the end tag, where we visit another timeline, and Troy and Britta have a baby named Chewbacca.
Why did they go back to Troy and Britta in a relationship episodes after ending that relationship?
Because it's a different timeline, and we've crunched the numbers, and it doesn't even really follow up on that timeline. So it's just kind of a thing that happens. And they have a baby with a traditional African name, Chewbacca from the Star Wars. You remember, you love Chewbacca.
I forgot.
This mean you love us? You love Chewbacca, you love me?
And is it mildly offensive that Britta's like, we gave our baby an African name? Isn't that right, Chewbacca? Like, is Britta so...
Britta seem just like a fucking racist asshole.
Fucking racist asshole?
This makes Britta seem just like a racist piece of shit, which I'm generally against. Like, she has her moments of being, dumb, but like
being overzealous, sure, but that's being overzealous, not being completely colorblind.
It is impossible to exist in the English-speaking world and not know who Chewbacca is. And not know
exactly who the fuck Chewbacca is.
That's not even like they didn't fucking name her after like Ahsoka Tano. Okay, I could buy most people not knowing the little orange
exotic. I get it.
From Clone Wars. But like every fucking living person knows who Chewbacca is.
Yeah, and then like of the other 270 countries in the world, like 195 of them also know exactly who the fuck Chewbacca is. And then the rest, it's like a coin flip. Like 50% of that population will have a vague idea. So you want to take Britta, who like exists in America as an adult in their 30s in the early 2010s, and act like she has no idea who the fuck Chewbacca is? She would have been alive during the time that lady on Vine got a Chewbacca mask and then laughed about it, and it was on Good Morning.
She would know who Chewbacca Mom is.
She would absolutely know who Chewbacca Mom is.
She would know. It's ridiculous. Get this fucking. This is the bottom for me. Number 82. Any objections?
No, fucking course not. The only even kind of objection I could have is that like it's a Troy and Abed in the morning bit,
which I like.
But like the rest of the things that are around the bit, sink the bit.
I like the cutaway of Shirley passed out drunk. that made me laugh. Yeah, but I'm sorry. This is the bottom for the fucking Chewbacca. I hate it.
Put it in the stink bin.
Put it in the stink.
Don't say that.
Put it in the stink. And now let's put 2 in the pink. Episode rankings.
God damn it. It was suggested before. I get it.
Yeah, now I made it text.
You're no longer good at subtextual humor. But
no, sir. Nah, it is 11 p.m. on a Tuesday. I am not. I'm not feeling subtext. I would like to make it bold-faced text, and I'd like to put it in Microsoft Word art.
I would bring back Clippy just to make sure I get this right.
Just to make sure. Hey, it looks like you're being offensive on your podcast. Would you like help with that?
So let's throw this one, this episode, firmly at the bottom.
Yeah, my question was going to be, well, is this the new number 83 or 84? And
no, I think this has to go at the bottom. I don't know why I turned into a fucking Fargo resident.
Oh, yeah, this has to go at the bottom there. Norm, we're doing pretty good. This episode of Community wasn't very good, though. New number 84.
Sorry.
Season 4, episode 13, Advanced Introduction to Finality.
It's really weird how close a Fargo, North Dakotan accent is to, like, the Chicago accent.
They're neighbors. They're like kissing cousins. They're not far apart.
Kind of, but yeah, I guess.
North Dakota and Chicago, they have, like, one state separating them.
But North Dakota's fucking huge.
I mean, I'll give you that, but they're all fucking Polish and Scandinavian. Like they're all
is that what that
from
is?
the same
Is that what that is? Is that just like people that can no longer be Swedish chef? Just like,
yeah, exactly. They were going Horgy Sporgy Ork Bork, and they were shooting holes in donuts. And then they came over here and they were like, "Duh, bears." It's just a direct.
Yeah, sure.
The chart where the monkey turns into the guy, but it's like Swedish chef is the monkey, yeah. And then he's a Viking, and then he's the bears. he's Mike Ditka.
Oh God. And just so our fans don't jump down Kevin's throat, we get it. It's 2 states away, but still. The states
jump
that are
down my throat, I'll fucking block you. I don't give a shit.
The states that are between it are Wisconsin and Minnesota. So, like, it's not...
come after Wisconsin and Minnesota. I'll dust up with some fucking Vikings fans. I'll throw down with you Green Bay pack. You cheese heads. I'll fucking throw down. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, just the best. Just the best.
I'm going to a Denny's parking lot. I'm getting in a fight no matter what today.
Oh, God. This might be the easiest ranking we've ever done.
Yeah, it's since the pilot, right?
Since the pilot. Since the one that literally had nothing else to go against.
There was no other options. Yeah. I like it. So that wraps up our coverage of the gas leak year. We're a little short on time, but any closing thoughts on Community Season 4?
No.
Okay. All right.
No, I mean, it holds a place. Whether or not that place is right at the gates of hell is mildly debatable, but it definitely holds a place in my heart. I don't know why the gates of hell are in my heart as well. This is a bad metaphor. But no, yeah, I have episodes that I'll catch, or I won't skip when it's on, and that's fine. I will also endure it because, like we said before, in the same way that a mediocre Marvel movie is still better than any DC movie, a mediocre Community episode is still better than most other episodes of things. So, like,
there are a lot of MCU movies I would put under Aquaman and Birds of Prey, but I appreciate the sentiment of what you were saying.
Sure. But you get the overarching point.
Completely. I'm just being a pedant for the first time ever.
I get it, Kev. You don't like Thor Dark World, all right? I get it.
No, I am a defender of Thor Dark World.
Oh, shit. Like, which one is it?
Well, there's a few. I mean, like, Incredible Hulk is not good. Iron Man 2 is not good. Yeah. Spider-Man Far From Home is not good. Those are all worse than Aquaman and Birds of Prey. I got more. Aquaman,
I'm gonna fight you on, because that movie's hot garbage.
You know, watch the Snyder Cut and do what I did, and you're like, I actually have a new appreciation for Aquaman, which was like 2.5 hours of colorful insanity, where like every scene was
hold on, Kev. Hold on. I'm going to cut you off there, because what you're saying is because the Snyder Cut is black and white, basically, and boring, that makes a movie that's not black and white and less boring good.
No. Because that movie, because Aquaman is bananas, right? Every other scene is like, here's the Crab Kingdom, and the Crab Kingdom hates Orm. It's loyal to the bloodline of Nicole Kidman. And Nicole Kidman, it lives in the center of the sea, and it's dry down there, and she fights dinosaurs, you know? Like, Aquaman has that. And like when the MCU reaches levels of insanity like that, then I will dip on my Aquaman praise. But Aquaman, you don't sit there in rapt silence. You get some friends, you get some brews, and you just react to Aquaman. Aquaman, 10 out of 10, perfect film. And you and Jace don't seem to like Birds of Prey as much as I do, and that's fine. I think it's fun. It's a fun.
I thought Birds of Prey was a perfectly nonsense good time. Like at the end of the movie, I was like, "Who's this for?" You know what? It doesn't matter.
For me,
because a lot of other DC movies are much more for nobody than this.
Oh, for sure.
That's the dangerous game you get into when ranking DC.
I haven't seen Shazam. I hear Shazam is good.
I've heard it's good, but I
haven't gotten around to it.
Have patience enough right now. Maybe
Understood.
Someday, but
Understood.
Yeah.
I'm glad we all agreed, though, just sort of collectively as a society, that Margot Robbie Harley Quinn was basically the only aspect of this that was working. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I also
I'm glad we all decided, like, nah, we keep this.
Yeah. I also appreciate
we'll get rid of
James
the rest
Gunn. I also appreciate that James Gunn had the like foresight, or maybe not even foresight, just the educated eye to understand that like Viola Davis was underutilized, so I'm gonna use her right this time.
No, she's perfect as Amanda Waller. Keep her. Keep
it. Yeah. And also that Joel Kinnaman is great as Rick Flag. But also
you just gotta play him right.
Exactly.
You just gotta play him right. Like how they figured out how to use Jason Momoa Aquaman. Because Jason Momoa, I think, is a limited actor, but he has this innate dumb bro energy. And if you use the dumb bro energy, he's actually a pretty entertaining screen presence.
Yeah, absolutely.
You just gotta know how to use your tools. And they didn't know how to use him until Aquaman. And he's like, what's up? And he's like taking pictures with guys in a bar. Like,
yeah, it's. I think I bounced off of that because for the longest time I was like, Aquaman's this guy that's like proper and then at some point I woke up and realized I took myself too seriously, and then watched Aquaman and was like, you know what? He's like a drunk sailor who controls the ocean. This is actually kind of fucking perfect.
This is actually kind of fun.
This is kind of incredible.
Fun little ocean man.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Yeah. I take back everything negative I've said about Aquaman, and it's now my favorite film of all time, I guess. So, concluding thoughts on the gas leak here. You know, there's good in here. It's not a wash. There are episodes, you can look at our rankings. There are good episodes that rank among the rest of Community. And there's also a lot of crap. And it is undeniably the worst season. It is. I mean, mathematically, like it is. I think sometimes people are too willing to like overpraise it and be like, "Look again," and I'm like, "Listen, it's still the worst season, but it's not like irredeemable." It's also bad one of those sitcoms. This ain't it.
Right. Exactly. It's also got the unfortunate. It also has the unfortunate reality of existing in a show that like. It's just full of good material. Season 1, really good material. Season 2, peak material. Season 3, the peak is even higher. But you know what I mean? Like it just keeps. The show's been good and then good and then good and then like having an off year is not something that's not normal in shows. Every show has that season.
Basically every show, yeah.
All right, and then the good ones find their footing again, and the bad ones, like Walking Dead, just continue to fart on themselves. But then, like, Community gets right back into the swing of it with season 5 and season 6, which, like, despite their quirkiness and despite their hemorrhaging cast and despite the just rapid changes in distribution that they went through, continued to deliver good content, which is hard. Especially on the tail end of a show that's, like I said, hemorrhaging cast members or just rearranging things or adding a cast member for a season and then not having them the next one.
Or moving to Yahoo Screen.
Exactly, or moving to Yahoo Screen. So season 4 has this unfortunate reality where it exists in a show that hasn't had an off year yet. So,
sure.
If you have an off year, then you're just the worst. And like we've said, the worst Community's still above average many other things. So
absolutely,
I'll watch season 4 Community 10 times over before I put myself through another season of Walking Dead, and I stopped in season 3.
You know, every season of The Walking Dead, someone would tell me like, no, they finally got it. It's finally good, and I would try again, and they'd be like, still no, guys,
still kind of don't care anymore.
Still no. First season pretty good though, but it's 6 episodes. You know?
Yeah.
Pretty limited scope there.
They ran out of apocalyptic zombie material, which just seems like something that shouldn't happen.
How the fuck did you do that?
How the fuck did you fuck up the most versatile genre of horror that exists?
Seems like that. Seems weird. Just like my critique of this season is that it just feels so safe. to sitcoms in general and Community that came before, it feels like the difference between like SNL in 1977 and SNL in 2021. Right. You know, just like it had become like a safe, corporatized, like middle of the road, lukewarm milquetoast kind of thing. It had lost its edge, which it like immediately regains with, you know, not two of my favorite episodes of all time, but like Repilot and Intro to Teaching are a good reassertion of the like acidity of the like punk rock energy that Community is so laced with. The underdog scrappiness that returns.
Yeah, but it absolutely comes back and does exactly that. It says, yeah, no one expects shit of us, but we're still gonna do it, and it's gonna be good. And it's like, oh, okay. This is that
Community returns to feeling like the little dog that needs to prove itself.
Yeah,
like the little dog that's gonna posture at the dog park and not let any of the big dogs walk all over it.
Exactly.
It's an energy that returns in the next 2 seasons that I'm very excited to talk about, because I think these are 2 undersung, underappreciated seasons that have a lot of interesting shit going on inside of them.
Sure.
And I'm very, very excited to dive in there. Let me give us some season averages while we're here.
Oh, yeah.
So for the end tags, as of the completion of the first 4 seasons, season 2 is in first place with an average of 35.5 for the end tag. Average placement, 35.5. Season 3, second place.
This is out of a scale that goes to 82, correct? 84?
Yeah, this is the one that goes to 82. And they were averaging just every placement along the way.
Sure.
Season 3 is in second place with 38.1 average, so very close between those. Season 1, third place, 40.21. Again,
all 3 within 5 points.
With the whole spectrum.
Yeah.
And season 4 in fourth place with 60.07.
Yeah.
Took a little bit of a nosedive there.
Yeah.
And the episode rankings, since we're here, this one is out of 84. Season 2, top dog, in first place, 27.92.
Breaking the
out of 84.
Yeah, that's
unbelievable.
What season is that? Season 1?
That's season 2.
Season 2. Okay, that makes sense.
It's in first place with 27.9.
Yes.
Season 3, 34.5. So not bad. Still pretty.
Yeah. A little bit of a wider spread than the end tags, but still good.
Season 1, third place with 49.52.
Drooping a little bit.
It's a little bit of a hop, a little bit of a skip.
Here's the zinger though. Season 4. I'm gonna guess with.
Oh, please do.
An average of 72.
Are you close? Season 4 has an average of 69.
Fucking hate.
Nice, but not nice. You're in last place. I can't imagine anything else is gonna join you down there. But we are now in the section that we like to call plugs. Any plugs you got for us this week?
Not really. I've had a couple really good weeks with the Bounty Board podcast that I've taken on to myself to run. Still, if y'all are curious, check out that Rama Ismail episode. It's called Inclusion, Magic, and Food with Rama Ismail. It's very good. It's one of my favorite interviews I've ever done, and it just went so phenomenally well. It's 2 hours long, so if you got a lot of stuff to do, got a long commute, got a lot of dishes and house chores, throw it on, and I promise you'll enjoy it. Sorry for my audio. It makes weird popping throughout the entire episode. I don't know why. Outside of that, I'm currently working on what we're going to do next, but I do have a couple of games on PC that I'm really, really, really into, and I plan on making some videos on those. So that's really all I've got going on, for sure.
Hell yeah.
Sure.
let's see. For me, on the day this episode drops, April 1st, you can find on another podcast of mine, the Puffin Publishing podcast, you can find our 5th anniversary special where we play a tabletop RPG as magical book authors, which was remarkably fun. Stay tuned for the second half of this very episode, where our paintball correspondent, Princess Bilbo, returns. And we have a good anime and manga catch up, and we talk about season 4 quite a bit as well in our second to last paintball episode. There's only one more that remains at the last one. It's a banger, folks. It's a banger, ladies and gentlemen. And we will be back next week as we begin Season 5. Dan Harmon returns. And we will do the first 2 episodes of Season 5 to get back on schedule because on Tuesday, 4/20, we will be doing a live session to celebrate this show's 1-year anniversary, which is technically this Friday the 2nd, but on 4/20 we will be doing an anniversary session of my community tabletop RPG, where we will finally catch and unmask that dastardly ass crack bandit. We will apprehend that sucker on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Kevin Lanigan. But until next week, pop.
Wait. What's the other one? Pop.
I forgot it. But it came back to me.
Je suis ce gars, il ne veut pas apprendre Excel et je meurs car il ne veut pas apprendre Excel comme le marin qui fume cigarette sous le canal. Mais Excel ne sera pas appris aujourd'hui, mes pensées sont françaises.
You're a staple now. You're a brand. You are now you've retaken the top spot as the most recurring guest.
Wow.
You've reclaimed your dominance at this point.
Hair flip. Because this is this is an audio platform. People have to know I'm doing a hair flip.
Yeah, you had to include that in there. Mm-hmm. So everyone, I will insert that glittering sound that used to, when you would listen to those books, like you had the tape and you had the book, and they're like, turn the page. And you would go, oh, okay, turn the page. Oh, okay, cool, because I can't read. So, like, because I am a baby, right? And I have this book in front of me, and it's, like, about the jungle or whatever, and they're explaining to me, they're reading the page to me, but I can't read because I am a baby. So, and I'm like, okay, somewhere on here is the word toucan. I'm picking this up. I am learning. And then they're like, turn the page, you dumb baby. And then I would.
You had that much to know to turn the page. You knew how to turn a page.
I could listen. You know what I mean? Like, I was a little baby, but I could figure that much out. And you had the book, because the book is got those thick cardboard pages that baby books have. Because babies, you cannot leave them with a regular book. Yeah.
It will go into their mouth.
Yeah, you will lose pages to baby slobber. Just whether or not they're, like, even trying to consume the book, it's just, they just dribble. They you're gonna lose that book.
Yeah, I mean, and now it's funny because 99% of the books I consume now are all audiobooks.
And they also have turn the page sound effects.
It's weird. They have that turn the page sound effect. I don't know. Crazy.
I don't know why you think I'm reading along. I don't know why you think I hired you, a professional actor, to read a book to me that I would also be reading
at the same time.
Yeah, wild. You know, I was trying to read Where the Crawdads Sing, and Sky kept telling me when to turn the page, so it looked like I was reading Where the Crawdads Sing.
Yeah, you gotta look smart in public. You're actually.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I got this dude. It's not even an audiobook. It's a guy on the other end of an earpiece who's reading aloud to me. So it looks like I read. He's going like, yes, and then Professor Robert Langdon in the book the Angels and Demons, he ran up to the Vatican, turned the page so you look smart.
That's what they say. They tell you, turn the page so you look smart.
Turn the page. They're always telling you a different way to turn the page, so that if anyone's like following you along in the book you're reading, you're expressing the right emotion at that point. Turn the page indignantly, and you're like, oh, turn the page like you just can't wait to see what's in the next chapter. It's just to impress people on the subway.
Yeah, that's how I like read on the subway, which is a lie because I get motion sickness, so I cannot read anywhere.
Well, the subways are famous for not moving, right? So you spend a lot of time waiting for the subway to give you motion sickness, and you're like, I would love to be motion sick if this thing would just move. If we would just go.
Wait, really? I'm sorry. I don't know how subways work in New York.
You're not New Yorker?
I mean, technically my mom's a New Yorker, but I am not a New Yorker.
There's still time.
My brother is moving to New Jersey, and my mom is not happy about that one.
No, absolutely. That is a crime. Like, that is... What's a good facsimile?
Oh my God, my mom just walked by, and she's, like, shaking her head. She's so upset.
Over to Jersey. Dirty Jersey.
She heard me say that, and she's just like... We're all very angry because my brother is in the Air Force, so he's being stationed in New Jersey. He doesn't really have a say. So, but my mom
she's just like, your brother who is dead to me. Your brother who is excommunicated from the family. Oh, you were talking to your brother? What were you, having a seance? Because he's dead. He's dead to me.
Exactly.
I have no New Jersey son.
That's exactly conversations with my mother now.
You're speaking around he who must not be named.
Yeah, he's now a disappointment.
Before he was a golden child until
no, he was like, just always spoken about with pride. We're so proud of him. He's doing so well. He's married, 3 kids, doing great. But now, do I even have a brother?
Now that he bought land in Weehawken, it's like more like Weehawken our son out of our phone contact list. He's out of there. Get the fuck out of here. Wow. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that New Jersey can still drive families apart. It still has that power.
It does.
But the real estate's so fucking cheap. I'm always so jealous of people that live in Jersey. It's also usually easy for them to get to Manhattan than it is for me, someone who lives in Brooklyn. Now we're just talking about New York real estate. I'll jump off this because I know this means nothing to you.
I don't know. It might mean something to my mother, but she hasn't lived in Brooklyn for a very long time. I don't want to count years.
Very long time. That's okay. It's I don't want to dox my mom and how old my mom is on a podcast that thousands of people will hear.
Listen, my mom was really excited to get the senior discount. She was so happy she's like, I did it. I'm getting the senior discounts. She's retired, so, and it'd be awkward because like I'm not afraid to dox my age because I'm 33, so she's above that.
Wow, you are, I believe, the same age that Britta is in the season 5 finale. If I remember correctly, she cites herself as emptying her locker, she said, at the age of 33. So congratulations on that.
Oh, wow. I have to go check. Oh, I'm so excited.
You're almost fully caught up to Britta age.
Wow. That's great. It's
Isn't that?
It's so funny because because I just posted the photo of me and Gillian that I tried to copy her photo shoot.
Yeah.
And I had friends go, oh, she's your clone. I'm like, technically, if you're going to say I look like her because she is older than I am.
Yes, she came first, and then you are the clone created. When she dies, her spirit will hop into your body. So I hope you're ready for that.
I mean, that'd be really, really great. she's very, very nice and very charismatic, and like doesn't have. I don't think she has as crippling anxiety as I do, because she can audition.
Only time will tell.
She can audition for things. I could never, ever do that.
No, it's as someone who's done it, it's absolutely just maybe the worst thing. I hate it so much. It's never good. So that's why I just write my own things and cast myself in them. Because who's gonna tell me no? Me?
What happens if you do, though? You have that moment and you're like,
oh, you're just not right for the part.
You have that awkward conversation with yourself. Like, oh.
Hey, it just isn't working out. It's nothing personal. You know, I'll keep you in mind for other things. It's not going to work out on this one.
It's not you.
It's not you. The producer, he's tied my hands. Yes, I'm also the producer. But it's kind of, there's nothing I can do, bud. I'm sorry. Studio's got me up against the wall. I don't know what to tell you. As I slink off to go teach acting classes at an annex. I keep mentioning the same 3 roles I did 30 years ago.
Yep.
Well, perfect transition to welcome back to the show our paintball correspondent, the Princess Bilbo herself. Elise, welcome back.
Thank you. I'm so excited and kind of not. Because we're talking about season 4 paintball.
The best paintball yet. Beautiful. So you've been on the show many times, and we will certainly discuss. I guess if you count your playing the RPG, whose audio file was uploaded to this very podcast feed, this would be your 4th appearance. So
true.
Mazel tov on that.
Thank you.
If those counts, fans, you decide if that counts. I can't be bothered. But before we get into community, I think there's been, because you and I, we like to have a table session about anime and or manga in these conversations.
Yeah.
There has been a stunning turn of events between the last time you were on the show, where, for once, I recommended a manga to you.
You did. And I loved it. I loved it so much.
Spy X Family. I don't know if you pronounce the X or if it's like
think you do,
times or stroke, or I don't know if it's a Hunter x Hunter kind of clause.
Yeah, I was thinking, I'm like, it's probably Hunter x Hunter, but I, being a brat, always say Hunter x Hunter because I'm like, the X is there, and I know it's just Hunter x Hunter, but
then don't put the X in there.
I say as I love that artist so much because he does Yu Yu Hakusho, which is by far one of my top favorites.
Every artist has that one thing about them that you have to go I love them except for this. And with that guy, it's just stop putting the X. What is this X? If you don't want me to say it, don't put it in there.
But yes, Spy Family is so good.
It's delightful. I'm on chapter 11. I think I've read 11 chapters. And it's just delightful. It's about a super spy and a lady assassin who have to pretend to be a family and adopt a little psychic daughter for, contrived plot reasons. But it's,
so charming.
And it's just fucking delightful. It's really funny, and everyone is so cute. It's beautiful.
I loved it. Oh my god, it was so my brand.
I knew. I read half of a chapter and I was like, "Hey, Elise, I think you will like Spy X Family," and I sent that, and I was correct.
You sent that, and I literally was like, "What's this? Type. Let me read a little bit." Oh no.
Uh-oh.
I finished 5 chapters.
In a day. You just blew... I looked... It's suddenly dark outside. When I started reading Spy Family, it was bright outside. Now it's dark?
Yeah, it was weird. I don't know what happened to time, but...
Spy
Family.
Family
It was so
happened.
good. It was so good.
But anyway, folks, Spy Family, check it out. If you want to pay $2 a month for the Viz Media app, that's how I read it.
If you need recommendations for other things you can read on the Viz Media app, I can also give you more. So
yeah, this is your gal. More than I could ever read. But if I ever need a rec, I do know you're there as a resource.
I mean, like, to be fair, I've been reading manga since, like, 2000, probably a little bit before then, because my first anime expo I went to was 2002. And so I've been reading manga and watching anime for a very, very long time. And anytime someone...
2000, it's 2021 now. Let me do that math.
That's a long time. Math. Yeah.
That's a hard one.
But yeah, I am good news. I am not a gatekeeper. If you are interested in anime or manga, I am ready to welcome you with open arms and give you recommendations. And I just want you to enjoy it.
That's the right mentality to have, right?
Yeah.
Is that like it's okay to have, like, you know, strong felt opinions and love things, but you should want to, like, share that with everyone, right?
100%.
You should want other people to experience the same things that you love and not be a gatekeeping some bitch.
Yeah, gatekeepers suck.
Gatekeepers suck. It's just like, let me into hell, gatekeeper. Stop. Let me through. Let me go.
I just want to dive
the lifeguard. Yeah, the lifeguard at the top of the slide who's like, stop, wait for the next person to go so nobody dies. I'm like, screw you, gatekeeper. let me down the slide.
Oh, no.
I hate all forms of gatekeeping, even the helpful one.
Oh, no, this was a horrible turn. What a terrible turn of events this is right now.
Oh, my God. I need to renounce myself from this podcast. But let's talk a little community, shall we?
Okay.
Because it's been a little bit since we've had you on the show. Because the last time you would have been on would be for the season 2 paintball episode. So you weren't here for all of season 3.
I know.
It's been a hot minute. But the controversial gas leak year of Community. I would be very curious to hear your overall thoughts, and then we'll focus in on this little paintball episode.
So I distinctly remember watching it live, and like, I saw online that people weren't enjoying it, but I couldn't help when it was like live, but to like kind of like, I was still enjoying it, and the fact, because I was still getting Community, and I was like, oh, thank God it wasn't canceled. Like, we were so close this time. And like October 19th, like, it was very stressful. And I recognized that the episodes weren't as good as the prior season when originally watching it, but I was still just like, I'm getting Community, this is fine. And then going back and rewatching it, I was like, oh, I definitely see how this is like not as good. While like season 1, season 2, season 3, like, 90% of the episodes, 99% of the episodes I love, and then season 4, it's just like, oh, it's actually only that 1% of episodes that I love, and the other ones are just like, eh.
Yeah, what are your episodes in season 4? Are there ones that you're like, no, this is good Community, no asterisk?
Her Story of Dance. I really like that episode. I really like just Britta's whole storyline in that. How her stubbornness, and then like how like even Jeff is like willing to like give up a little to help her. I really enjoyed that. And then the body swap, Jim Rash's episode. Still, I rewatched it freaking Alison Brie every time when she catches the shirt.
Her like freak out. The way that they continue that runner, that Annie is attracted to just the worst, most like emotionally unavailable men in the entire world. It's pretty good. It's
when they call her out on it, and she's like, "I don't know," she's so upset about it.
I don't know what's happening.
And then like there were some things in season 4 that I enjoyed. I just didn't like how it was executed. Like I wish we, like when they visit Shirley for Thanksgiving, I would have loved to see Shirley's side, to see
right,
because we can also build Shirley. Like there's so much stuff that we can do for Shirley, and I don't know, maybe this is my hot take, but I liked the fact that Jeff goes to confront his dad. It wasn't the best executed, but I liked it because I liked the character growth for Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
Like
absolutely.
I like that he was facing these things. It just like I wish there was something more to it. Like it just kind of fell flat.
I agree, and I'm sure the audience remembers me talking about it like a couple weeks ago, but like I think it's good. I think there's a few things you change to make it like great and just take it up to that next level, but it's not bad by any imagination of that word.
Yeah, there's like I always like compare, like I'm like season 4 of Community like isn't the best season. However, like you take season 4 of Community and put it against like season 1s of other shows, and it's still for me better. I'm like, I'd rather watch season 4 of Community than kind of rewatch, like I have a hard time with season 1 of Parks and Rec, so
sure.
So
yeah, oh yeah, if we're comparing those two, it's like I mean, Community, the cast is still all there. Chevy's basically checked out, but like everyone else is still there, and they're all still very funny performers. They still have a lot of like the same good writers. I just think it's always held back by following up seasons 1 through 3 of Community, which is a tough act to follow.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of feels like they're usually not going all out, and like even the bad episodes of Community in the first 3 seasons, you do feel like they're swinging for some kind of fence. Mm-hmm. A lot of season 4 just kind of feels like a little lukewarm is basically all, you know?
Yeah, like they're swinging for the fences, and they're like, we'll just hit it infield.
We're gonna get a double, and there's nothing wrong with like some consistent doubles. You know, you need those to keep on base. Without those doubles, there's no season 5 and 6 to try hitting homers again. You know, there's very little of this season that I would just outright skip if I was doing like a full rewatch. You know, it's still like, I don't know, it's still Community.
Yeah, I like and it's one of those things that season 4 has like one episode that like the A story, I hate it so much, but the B story is just like amazing. I'm pretty sure this is season 4, the one where they go for the whale.
Exactly. I feel exactly the same way. That like the PEE class
so good.
Is really good and really funny. And it's not like you could promote that story to A. Like that is the definition of a B story. Mm-hmm. But just like, who cares about that whale?
Oh, it was Oh my god.
Who cares?
Every time I have to, like, I'm rewatching, and like I'm like, oh my god, I forgot about the whale, and then like I'm just like, okay, no wait, PEE is here, so we're fine.
PEE.
We're fine.
That episode also has like Pierce's barber shop and Abed's fraternity. Like there's a lot going on in that episode.
For years, all I asked for my friends for my birthday was Troy's birthday cake. That's all I wanted. That's all I ever wanted for my birthday for years. And like, you know, it would get closer to my birthday, and I'm not doxing my birthday because I hate my birthday for other reasons, but like I would like at my birthday month, I would start being just like, man, all I want for my like posting on like social media, all I want for my birthday is this birthday cake. And then I'm not even joking, for years my birthday would come around and I'd be like, oh, I didn't get my birthday cake. And then everyone's like, oh, if you only have told me. I'm just like, you commented on my other posts saying like, oh, I'll do that for you. Liars. But one year, my friend Allison, who is the absolute best, she got me that cake. And there was a mistake on it, which I feel made it better. It said explosion from the uterus. And I was like, this is usually I'm upset about mistakes, but I love this mistake. But she made me, her, and her husband Delta Cube shirts.
Delta Cube.
And so we definitely wore those a lot. But yeah, I'm like, her and her husband, I'm very, very close to. So it was like, I was like, this is the perfect community birthday. I got my Delta Cube shirt. I got my cake with that where it says I exploded from the uterus.
That's a baby that knows how to make an entrance.
Exactly.
So let's dial in now to the episode here, the season 4 finale, what could have been the series finale of Community. Advanced introduction to Finality, the Darkest Timeline Paintball episode. Now, I'm hearing a lot of sighs from over this Skype call. How do you feel?
I 100% like season 3, end of season 3, with Darkest Timeline, where Abed is having his break, was the perfect way to end Darkest Timeline. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It was really, really like like when I rewatched it, and I remembered that Darkest Timeline came back. I was just like, "Ooh, did I like this? Did I like how Darkest Timeline in season 3 was brought up again? Like at the end of season 3, how it was brought up?" And then I watched it. I was like, "No, this like makes sense for the character. He's going through a rough time, and like they explain it really well, and I really liked that." And then season 4, and I'm just like, no, they could have left it. I get really uncomfortable with Jeff and Annie's like relationship. It made me super uncomfy. Like, and
shake my damn head.
And it just wasn't needed. And I just like, it's weird because like, it's like I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. Like, I'm just like, I could have done without it. And like, I see what Jeff is doing, and I see Jeff's whole thought process with it, but the Darkest Timeline was never his thing. It was Abed's thing.
Right. And like, this episode would make more like, I hate to rewrite an episode of television that's like 8 years old, but like, if this was something that like a simulation Abed was running with Jeff, you know, like something like I know they like tore down the Dreamatorium room, but Abed still has like some version of the Dreamatorium, right, in that little like cardboard box.
Yeah.
So like in a TV universe where you've set up that you have this room, this X-Men Danger Room, where you can see any like reality, to then have it all be like a dream feels it's just like, okay, so not only was it not good, but also what was the point? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And like, we have episodes where like Abed does that, like when Annie joins him in the Dreamatorium, and that's such a good episode because it's such, Annie gets to see a side of Abed she never like even realized existed, and
And vice versa.
Yeah, and so we get to see the character growth for both of them and just their relationship and their bond grow. And then they could have done that with Jeff and Abed, and that would have been fine. But it's all in Jeff's head. And I'm just like, but, like, would Jeff, like, how much information did Abed tell him about, like, the darkest timeline?
Right, because that always seemed like, I mean, it seemed like something he would maybe bring up, but, like, okay, so Jeff knows every character's details in the darkest timeline. Like, he remembers that he only has one arm, Troy's voice box, Britta, the wash away blue streak, you know, etc. Shirley being a drunkard and all that business. And so it never lines up, and this is the only time Jeff even, like, acknowledges the timeline as, like, a thing, you know?
Yeah, and, like, I get it. He's trying to avoid, like, graduating, but it's I don't know. They could have done something else. Like, in the future, he has his breakdown and has G.I. Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
And we even have Jeff, like, in the pottery episode, correcting his memory, where like, his mom actually said, like, oh, you're the best, you're perfect in every single way, everything you do is perfect. And then it's just like, you're not going to be good at some things, and that's okay. Like, he's, like, correcting his, like, own memory to fit the situations he's in, to say, like, oh, I know my mom said this, but this is the truth of the matter is I'm going to be bad at some things, and that's fine. And, like, we could have gotten something else with that. If he's having, like, this breakdown, we see him have breakdowns in the past, and that never had to deal with the darkest timeline. And it was just like, we don't need the darkest timeline again.
We don't need this, and, like, the last time we used it was right when Abed's wrapping it up in season 3, which is, like, kind of Abed's season arc, his, like, kind of his break, and, like, the break with Troy, like, spurs that on, and it works really well for his character, but it's like, I can't even think of, like, a particularly good example, but it's like, boy, this one character has one particularly strong character trait, and we just gave it to somebody else for an episode.
Yeah.
It's like if there was an episode of fucking One Piece where Zoro wanted to be a doctor, and you're like, no, what? No, what are you talking about? Chopper's getting into a sword fight, and he wants to be a great sword. Where did this come from? Who's this?
Thank you for bringing up One Piece.
You're welcome. I've no other outlet to talk about the 270 chapters of One Piece that I've read. So
you're doing so good.
I'm glad. Oh, thank you. I'm just a little bit at the time, working my way through, ready for Skypea to be over, Skype Wikipedia or whatever it's called. I'm ready for the next one.
You're getting there. It's okay. I'm on chapter 720.
Okay, you're a little further ahead of me.
A little bit.
just a little further ahead of me.
But I'm still getting distracted by Shaman King because the anime reboot is coming out. Oh man. Oh boy. I promise I won't purposely distract you with other things.
Thank you. I feel like I'm a little full. I'm full up on my manga schedule at the moment, right? Because I'm doing my One Piece basically every night. I got my Spot. The one we were talking about earlier, and then every so often I'll read a Chainsaw Man or two. I'm like, let me check back in with Chainsaw Man. Still weird. Still weird. And I move back on. I'll read something and I'm like, I'm back in the groove, and then something truly disgusting will happen, and I'm like, all right, gonna take a month or so off of this. gonna come back to this when I've recovered from what I've seen. And that's my Chainsaw Man reading schedule. That's if anyone out there wants to follow along.
That's one I have a lot of friends that are into Chainsaw Man, so I want to check it out because they're into it.
Listen. I don't want to box you in. I don't want to limit you. I don't know if it's going to be your thing.
You'd be surprised.
I would. You know what? I would be surprised.
If I actually listed all of my favorite animes. And like you wouldn't know any, but there are some that will like.
I am not otaku.
Like, wait, you just said like Azumanga Daioh. You just said like all these like cutesy animes, and then I'm like, oh, and then I also really enjoy Higurashi no Nakokoro ni, and then like, and I know you don't get that, but like,
folks out there in the audience, someone is shocked out there. Someone's listening to this in the car, and they're like, what? Huh? They're like about to wreck because you just like surprised them so much.
I will say, I did like the end tag on the episode. I thought that was pretty funny.
You did?
Oh
boy. Okay, that's where you and I part.
It's okay.
That's where two roads diverge in a yellow wood here. I'm honestly fine with the actual Darkest Timeline thing. It's when they go to like timeline 4 and their kid is named Chewbacca. Or some. Not into it. Not on board for whatever's going on here. Not on board.
What I personally like. I want to know what timeline that is. Who left?
Yeah, what's going on there? Okay, well, to the wiki. I want to say it's timeline 4, but who knows? Advanced introduction. I almost just typed in the name of my own podcast instead of the name of this episode.
Wow.
That's where my fucking brain is at.
That's fine.
Yeah, you and I are going to go on a little magical mystery tour. Okay, advanced introduction to Finality and Tog. Come on, wiki, don't fail me now. They go to timeline 5, which I assume means that someone rolled a 5. Now we cross-reference with Remedial Chaos Theory. Is this good podcast? Nobody knows.
I don't know. We can put the turning the page sound.
Now go over to the Remedial Chaos Theory wiki page. Wait, there are other timelines? Okay, so if it's timeline 5, Abed went. Annie shows Britta the bathroom. Stops the boulder from rolling. Witnesses Troy's freak out. This is a very difficult to read chart on the on the community wiki.
Oh, and
okay, Annie shows Britta the bathroom. Shirley stops the boulder from rolling. Okay.
Okay, it doesn't actually match what's going on.
This is okay. If you were looking at this chart, you would also go, huh? What? Huh? So I say, listeners, challenge yourselves. Try and read this chart and tell me if I'm just dumb.
I like the idea of the end tag, but I wish I feel like this is the whole season 4. It's just not executed as well as I would like. Yeah. Because like I
wish. No, go ahead.
No, I don't mind. Like if it's like I don't know. There's a difference between like a whole episode and then like an end tag. Like the end tags are silly and fun, and like I mean like you have Abed and Troy pretending to be Muppets, and you have like the Uncontrollable Christmas where they are stop motion. But like if they wanted to do that and they have like fun little like what's going on in the other timelines, but like make it true to what actually happened in the timeline. I actually never sat down to look to see what it was.
Yeah, it's so Abed leaves. Is Abed leaves the one where like they kiss and then they're all mad at each other?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so that's the timeline we visited, and I guess that whatever. Anyway, it doesn't seem like it really follows through on any of those plot lines.
Yeah.
Except that I guess Troy and Britta are having a baby. Anyway, so that's fun.
I now am not as happy with it as I originally thought.
sorry to butcher that. Sorry to ruin your vibe.
And well, it's not like they just needed to follow the actual timelines a little bit more and at least make it make sense.
Right. If it had it just doesn't feel like it follows any thread from any timeline, you know?
Yeah.
It just doesn't. I mean, you already said that, of course, but it just doesn't pick up on any thread. It's just like this thing that happens, and it's not like, oh wow, this is an advancement of the timeline where there's no troll in this, for instance, to like follow up on that plot line or anything like that. I don't know.
Or it can be like Britta with the pizza guy. And
or Britta with the pizza guy.
We would have known what happened there. Like, we were like, this is when Britta leaves. Like, we would have known.
Right. Or maybe, they're throwing a really fancy party and now they have toilet olives in every room of their home. You know what I mean? Like, there's ways we could have followed through on this. But we just didn't. And that's okay. So we're about to verge now into the final 2 seasons of Community.
Yeah.
Seasons 5 and 6, and I feel like we'll kind of go out on your thoughts here. But these are controversial seasons in their own right in the fandom. There are a number of people that don't like these seasons very much at all. And I would love to know your overall thoughts on Community's last 2 seasons.
I like both of them. Like, they're not my favorite seasons, because 2 and 3 take, like, I'll flip-flop about, like, which my favorite season, 2 or 3. But, like, I don't think they're that bad. I love Frankie.
Frankie.
Yeah, I love her. And, like, I get it. Like, she's, like, a lot like Annie. But, like, she's also different enough that, like, it's enough difference for me to still enjoy 2 different characters. And I also like what they're doing, and the fact that they are, like, they graduated and now they're there to, like, save Greendale. They're helping Greendale become better with Annie's boards and her stars and things like that. Like, I like the ideas that they put forward. And I mean, like, we have 2 really, really good episodes, like, just at the top of my head, from season 5. We have the Pierce bequeathment and the table read episode, which is hilarious. And then we have The Floor is Lava, which is so good. It's so good. So
good. Not to mention Ass Crack Bandit is in season 5.
Yeah, like
Meow Meow Beans.
Oh, I cosplayed from that. Like,
yes.
I always wanted to do The Floor is Lava, Britta. Like there's really good episodes, and like 100%. Like, it is so rare when you watch a TV show to sit there and say, I loved the series finale of this show. It is so rare for you to actually love how a whole series ended, because you usually never do, because they usually always let you down. But it ended so well. That was such a good series finale. And I was telling my mom, I was just like, I watched the series finale of DuckTales the other day, and I'm crying. And I was like, the last time I was this, like, emotional was Community.
I'm so sorry for your loss. Loss of DuckTales.
It was so good. Listen, everyone, you need to watch DuckTales. You need to. New reboot is so perfect. Don't, like, sit there and be like, it's a reboot, it's bad. No, it's a reboot, and it's perfect. It's perfect.
It's beautiful.
So good.
If you've taken nothing else away from this 40-minute talk about Community, watch DuckTales.
Yeah, watch DuckTales.
Watch DuckTales. Well, it's been a pleasure as always to have you on. I will see you again one more time for season 6's Paintball episode. And then we'll dig into those next 2 seasons. But this is the last they'll hear from us before we dive into Community's final 2.
I know.
Ain't it beautiful?
I know, but they're really interested in how far we'll be in One Piece. That's going to be the real updates.
I can actually... Okay, I will pull out my thing, and I will tell the listeners exactly where I'm at. So I have read exactly 275 chapters of One Piece at this point. Tonight I will read the 276th chapter of One Piece, and I will make sure we check back in, if I remember, the next time you're on the show.
Perfect. That's beautiful. What people really want to know.
That's what the people really want to know.
This has been a Talkback Podcast.
That was quite a show. Very entertaining.
Please tell your friends about this show.
Boopy doopy doop boop sex.
Larry, I'm on DuckTales.